Greetings, warriors! Welcome back to Mad Darbarian Post-Apocalyptic Theater Movie Reviews. Well, I got a stinker for you this week. Now, you guys all know that I have been and will always be a huge Star Trek. Ooh, my collar. Star Trek guy, right? Love Star Trek. I will watch Star Trek over Star Wars, right? I'll watch it over most things. Maybe not NFL, but that's about it, right? And this movie sucked. I hate to say it. Paramount, what are you doing? All right. So let me tell you the backstory, right? So Section 31 is the Federation's version of like MI12, the Mossad, CIA, right? They're the shadowy group in the background that does all the stuff that needs to get done, but it's not too cool to do it. You know what I'm saying? So they come out with Section 31, and basically Section 31, right, is sort of like the bad guy spies, right? They're working for the Federation, but they're doing all the nasty stuff, right? So what do, right? So you have the backstory with Philippa, right? Um, right? Philippa Giorgio, right? Who in the original Discovery, right, was the captain of Discovery, right? And she died. There's a whole background story behind that for watching Discovery, right? But then you can tell when Star Trek, right, and they run out of things to do, right? Storyline. So they always go back to the old trope of going to the mirror universe, right? Now, when Enterprise Mirror Universe episode was great, right? DS9, I thought they all sucked, right? Like Miles calling him Smiley, stupid, right? Then, I don't remember if Voyager did it, but, and then the original Star Trek. Star Trek was pretty good. It was a good idea, right? But it totally, they did not, it was nothing, there was nothing to it. I mean, it starts out right now. Granted, Giorgio, she was a queen, she was the emperor, right, in the mirror universe, right, and she was a diva, right, and all that, right. But the beginning of the movie, right, it starts out and she's in like that big thing you saw behind me, right. Um, the big thing you saw behind me, right, that flower, that's her star base. She has her own space station, right, and but sort of like Guardians of the Galaxy, they had the nowhere head. So how she got it was kind of convoluted. It was stupid, right? But the movie starts out right. So you get a little backstory on Giorgio, right? To become the empress, right? She killed off her brothers and she killed off her parents. Sweet kid, okay? And then it turns out that the brother that she thought she killed off, right, and wounded way back when, actually still alive and is out to get her. Okay. So what do we do about that? Okay. So the whole story is she invented a bomb that can blow up the universe over in the mirror universe. It was a Terran bomb. Somehow it got over to this universe, right? And someone's going to use it to blow up, right? So what happens? You get a ragtag group of people together to come help her out, right? So you got this guy, right? Alok, right? He's supposed to be the team leader, right? I don't see a lot of leadership qualities in him, right? Then you got Quasi, right? And he's like a shapeshifter, but he's a shapeshifter more in the vein of the shapeshifter from the undiscovered country. Remember the one? I think it was it Uma? It wasn't Uma. But anyway, she was big at the time, right? And then you have, right, this one guy, he's sort of like an Iron Man outfit. He sucks. I was glad he got killed, right? Then you have this other guy, right, who is supposed to be a Vulcan. He has a really, really bad Irish, imitating a leprechaun accent. I was insulted, right? But what he is, he's like one of these little guys, like in Men in Black, right, that lives in a in a full robot thing so he can act like a human. Right? Boy, they didn't steal that from somebody, right? And then you had this one girl who was a Delta, if you remember that, the bull chicks that like had these pheromones that turn guys on, right? And then it's just it's all bullshit. I can't say anything. It's just stupid. They didn't mix well. They didn't do things like they were supposed to do, like in Star Trek. You're supposed to have things that are blended and go along, right? And nothing fit, nothing fit at all. And they tried to take it over the top, right? And it didn't work. It did not work. And trust me, I I am more than willing to give a show a break. Like Discovery, I hated Discovery in the first couple seasons. The last couple seasons, they weren't that bad, right? Um, Deep Space Nine, I could not watch Deep Space Nine and get into it as much until like Cisco grew his beard. Much like in Star Trek, after the first two seasons, when they actually got their collars instead of having like the collarless uniform, right? And then Riker grew his beard. That maybe beards are the way to go. I don't know, right? Maybe Giorgio should grow a beard. I don't know, but it just sucked. There was no redeeming value out of this movie. I mean, they threw all these people together, right? And they were supposed to be like working together and have this good, good working relationship, be able to blend, and they didn't. And it just and Michelle Yeoh, you've done so much better in so many other shows, right? You, you should have thought better than to do this. And Paramount, why are you rushing out these this movie when you could have took your time and done exactly what was supposed to be done and make it a TV series, right? Which was supposed to be, so you'll be able to watch and see all these people develop and where they're all coming from and all that. And you didn't do that, right? And that was disappointing, right? Star Trek depends on character development. That's that. You want to learn about these guys, okay? Right? And you really didn't learn about them. You kind of got like a baby backstory, but then it jumped right into the action again. All right. So when it comes to Section 31, right, I'm giving it no skulls, right? No skulls in my enemy, right? Because I wouldn't want to drink out of that skull if they filled it with Section 31 because it was that bad. I haven't given a zero to any movie, right, except for Driller Killer from Cemetery Cinema, and I can't think of anything else. That's how bad this was. It just, you know, and I'm kind of hoping that they decide to put it out as a series, revamp it, get rid of this whole crew, right, and try to have it where they're their own little military police force within the Federation, right? And you get some good qualities out of it. But you get good qualities out of it, but you sort of know that they got to be the bad guys to get it done. Sort of like Suicide Squad, that kind of thing, you know? But yeah, I would not. Guys, I watched it twice because I wanted to give it a second chance, right? So that's 3 hours out of my life that Paramount owes me. All right. Gene Roddenberry, I mean, you are rolling around in your grave right now. I mean, it just sucked. It's like they didn't even try. No, that's like they tried to do too much, right? And so it's the Mad Darbarian. That's section 31. Don't waste your time, right? And hold on to your horses because Strange New World is coming back, right? Now, Paramount, you've done such great work. Strange New World, great series. I can't wait till it picks up because the last scene of Strange New World's last season was Pike standing there in front of the screen, right, going, basically, what the fuck do I do now, right? I can't wait because that's perfect, right? Now they had a couple episodes that were kind of goofy, right? Like the singing episode, right? You know, that was okay. because it actually had a plot behind it, right? That worked itself out, right? And then like Lower Decks, what a great series, right? If you make a Lower Decks movie, it'll be excellent, right? Because you got the character development and all that, right? Section 31, no character development. You sort of learned about um, Giorgio a little bit more about why she's such a wacko, crazy empress because she ended up killing her family, and then but at this, I'm at a loss for words, right? And all the words they use in that movie. All right. Well, look for it on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb and all the socials, and I will post it out there. Mad Darbarian out. And don't forget, Fridays on Cemetery Cinema, WONTV 48 out of New York. See ya.